Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too. That's why you're watching this type of content. The name of this channel is Holistic Manifesting because I believe in a whole body, whole mind, and whole being experience when it comes to manifesting these amazing lives that we're choosing to live, right? What I'm discussing today is don't play anybody's games. And this has not been more apparent to me than it is right now in my life, right? And this is not going to even be a long video. And this is the reason why. I'm sitting here thinking about how so many people are out there with agendas or with a manipulation tactic or a mindset that says, I am first and everybody else is secondary, right? Which is perfectly fine, but it's what you do to keep yourself first. It's what you do to keep yourself in the primary position. It's like, what games are you playing to actually get there, right? I've been in situations to where whether it was relationship related stuff, whether it was work related stuff, whether it was even familial related stuff, where people were trying aggressively to play whatever mental nonsense games they wanted to play. And what they're truly looking for is a willing participant, right? And I'm here to tell you, no matter what situation you're in, no matter what you're doing, where you're working, who you're connected to, don't play games. If you start to engage in that level of nonsense with other people, what it does is it means that, say you're up here, this is the frequency where you want to be, right? This is the frequency where they are with this games and manipulation. They're never coming up here. If they had the ability to come here, you wouldn't even have to have these conversations. They don't even have the ability to see here, right? So they're down here playing these ridiculous games and this nonsense and trying to manipulate. The only way for you to have a meeting of the mind with them or to connect with them or to create anything or to collaborate or do anything related to them is for you to do this. And I'm sorry, nobody and nothing is worth you getting off of your high frequency of love, abundance, truth, growth, ascension, development, harmony, and then going down to this level of manipulation, sabotage, and insecurity. Why would I want to be there? I'm going to let you stay here with your nonsense, and I'm going to stay where I'm at. And then we'll see where everything falls, where the chips fall, right? Because let me tell you, you can't trick the universe. You can't trick karma. You can't trick the energetic exchange that we all live in. In this big world we have, you can govern it in all kinds of ways. You can call it religious. You can say this. You can be like, oh, this is the God. That's the God. That's the God. I don't care who the God is that you choose. Everybody's choosing different gods all over the world. But the primary understanding that you need to have is you can't trick energy. Energy is the truth teller. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you prayed for forgiveness for doing something or whatever. You put that bad energy out there, you eventually going to have to eat it back up. That's just the way that it works, right? So just know that there's no perfect world. There's no world where you can drop down to that low level and still remain the amazing and smart person and thoughtful person that you are. You automatically become just like them, right? And if you happen to be in some situations to where you have to be connected to these people or you have to be around them or there's something where you have to engage, don't engage. I find that watching videos on stoicism is super helpful. And I say this because so many people are walking around being emotional. And the minute somebody says something or do something that they don't like, or they have an attitude towards them and they don't like it, or they are walking around, just being negative, the first thing that we want to do is get involved and start to play ball. And it's a waste of time. You're not going to get the person to see the brighter light because they don't want to, right? Because we all know that higher level thinking is always easy to see, but it's not easy to act on, but it's generally very clearly to see. Like, I know what the best person would do in this situation, but what am I going to do? That's how most people are approaching the world. They don't think, the best option is the only option. There's a lot of other things at play. And if it has anything to do with deep shame for them, or it has anything to do with something related to losing their sense of self, even if the sense of self is not built on anything positive, they're going to disregard it and run the other way. So just keep that in mind. There's no world where you can actually play those games with people or interact with them and not be negatively impacted. And when you actually have to interact, the best thing to do is silence. And a lot of people think, well, what if it's, I need to say this or that. There's nothing. Silence. Silence speaks volumes, right? This is great for the workplace. I've done it in the past. I was working with somebody that was extremely negative and extremely manipulative and just flat out lied about everything. It was weird, right? Because this is an adult. And they were like, oh, just go work with him. He's okay. Just ignore that part of him and work with the rest of him. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to even look him in the eyes. I'm not going to even interact with him. Once I realize that somebody's dealing on a low level, you can forget it. You can forget me ever showing any respect or positive attitude towards them. I'm going to treat them with the basic human respect, but I'm not going to be sitting there pretending like they are not what they are. And I think sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot by pretending like people aren't what they are. When someone shows you exactly what they are, don't play games. Don't play ball. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to be in a lot less lower level version of yourself, and they're going to be happy and content that you stoop down to their level. And guess what? They're going to think they won something. And they did win. They won over your emotions and your mindset, and they won over your frequency. They won over your ultimate peace. They just was like, yank, and you went, right? Keep that in mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and don't play nobody's games. Don't play nobody's games. Nobody's games are worth playing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.